Hey y'all! Well, it's time to do another unboxing video. This is another speaker that one viewer recommended. And I know a lot of you guys were like, hey, get these Zoo Audios, get this MoFi 8. And I know you may not understand it, but even being like 2 inches too wide or 2 inches too deep impacts like how this thing fits in my room. And I really do want to stick to these, 6-inch-ish kind of driver speakers, or that size cabinet that's, 8 inches wide, 12 by 12 kind of things. And I'm sure that those Zoo Audio speakers sound great, but they're much bigger than that. They're like 12 inches wide, I think, and 20 inches tall. I mean, that's not what I'm looking for. And tons of people have already reviewed those. And so I'm trying to find some of these kind of off the beaten path speakers that I don't see a lot of people talking about, but that seem to fit what I'm trying to do and to work with tubes. And these Quad S2s look like a really good option. They've been making these things for a while. They don't seem to be real popular in the US, and they're, I think, a good size. They look really well made. They're going to be a different experience than those coaxial F500s. So I'm trying to get kind of a variety of speakers. And spoiler, I also put a down payment or a non-refundable deposit on a pair of those Deckware, I think they're DM945s, which are a crossoverless, I think they have an 8-inch woofer with like a ribbon tweeter, and that looked like a really interesting design. And so might be a few months before I get those. She was saying there's kind of a 3-month lag time between ordering and when they're done by their woodworker in North Carolina or something. But those are another speaker that there's almost no information on, that I thought it would be fun to get a pair of those and be able to do a review on them. So anyway, in the box, some Quad S2s. Let's see what these guys look like. So off with the box. And like most of the speakers I've been getting, they look very well packaged. And we've got our outer kind of part that's going to keep the moisture off of them. And then we have the kind of cloth bag on the inside. Now these are, I believe I'm guessing they're discontinued because they're on closeout. And I got these off Music Direct. And these were originally, I think, $1,200. And I think they had them on sale for $8. I'll put up here what they actually were and what I paid for them. And wow, these things look really nice. So we've got the magnet grill, which I rarely put grills on my speakers. And so, wow, that is a beautiful speaker. And it's kind of a rose colored. I don't know how well you can see that in the video. Yeah, these are like a rose color. And they've got the, I think this is a ribbon style kind of tweeter. I'll put in the description, the description itself of the speaker. That obviously that's the woofer down here. Not a giant one, but hey, read that these things put in the right kind of position have a really nice bass response. It's got a rear bass port, and it's got the ability to bi-level, or bi-cable, that kind of thing. Oh, I'm not going to be doing that, but No, that's just a good looking speaker, and it's pretty heavy. I'll put the weight up here. I'm going to go weigh them. See a little musical note on there, which is kind of cool. And let's see what the grills look like for you folks that do like using grills. Just to me, most speakers that I've put the grills on, they just sound muffled. You don't get quite that kind of eeriness, but it's a nice looking little grill, and just snaps right there on the front. So if you're into the grill look, or if you want to put the grills on to protect them when you're not listening to them, in case you get kids throwing stuff around in the room and you don't want to have a dart go through them or something crazy, there you go. But I really like these magnet grills. When you take them off, there's not like holes. That was one thing that kind of bothered me about those JBL speakers. They had those little ugly plugs sticking out through it when you took the grills off. Like, come on guys, it's 2024. You can put some magnets on there. So anyway, have to go plug these things in and go listen to them. That'll be in another review. I'm really anticipating some sonic goodness out of these. The reviews that I did see on them, a couple of folks were like, yeah, put them on stands and put them like way out in the room, and they had no bass. And then, hey, when I moved them back up closer to the wall, they really sounded good. And that's kind of the use case that I'm going to have. And so I think that, hey, these are designed to be used as bookshelf speakers, not like the main speaker, listening room kind of speakers you might have if you've got a dedicated listening room. And that's kind of the market that I'm shooting for. And I think there's a lot of folks in that situation where they don't have the room to have like just a dedicated space that all they ever do is listen to music in there, and that they have stereo set up in a room that's kind of a multi-purpose room that you use for other things too. And you have to put the speakers, maybe close to the wall or something that might not be ideal for other speakers. And these might really shine in that location. And I love this little rounded look. I don't see any seams. I mean, it's just a really pretty kind of a matte finish or a satin finish. Doesn't look like it shows fingerprints, which is nice. Not that you'd be like touching these things a lot, but yeah, there is that. And I will be using it with the ISO acoustic pucks to lift it like up, not that high off of the surface that it's sitting on. And I have learned to position the speakers where they're hanging off the edge of whatever you're putting them on, by inch or so, maybe an inch and a half, so that the edge, so you don't have it's not reflecting off of this surface, that you have it like moved up to the edge so that the edge is behind the front of the speaker, so that the sound falls and reflects off the floor, which is carpeted, and gives a lot smoother response. So anyway, that's kind of it for the unboxing, and I'm excited to get these things hooked up to my system and see what they sound like, and we'll report back in a future video. I want to thank all you regular subscribers. Thanks to you Patreon supporters. I really appreciate the support. Also appreciate donations that people give me from time to time, and also you folks that buy stuff from me. It helps support the channel, helps me buy stuff like this so I can review. And again, I purchased these with my own money. These weren't given to me or with a promise of doing a great review. And yeah, being on closeout, they're probably mine if I don't like them. And in another video, I'm going to talk about my return process I experienced with Crutchfield, but we'll save that for that video. So until the next video, have a great day.